regular basis to put this together. There was one individual, one of our employees, who worked part-time, that kind of developed a bond with Marshall with him. And they became very good friends over this period of time. That was my father. And he wrote a letter to Marcia. And Marcia wanted, when we talked to her about doing something, she said that she really wanted that letter that my dad sent to her. So we have that on the plaque. I'd like to read it. Just to tell you a quick story, is that at my mom's funeral, which was back in September, Marcia came to pay her respects, and my dad said, thank you, Marcia. He whispered, he said, the book. And Marcia said, what are you talking about? The book. I don't know what you're talking about. He said, the sign-in book. There's a lot of volunteers here, Marcia. Get the book. So, I got the copy, Marcia has another child, but it says, to whomever. It was over a year ago, a lady came in to ask for an appointment with the mayor and commissioners. Her name, Marcia Gillespie. Never did I think I was talking to a most determined lady, not knowing I was looking at perhaps the greatest volunteer in our history. Then in reflection, who knows? They are living with history being made. Sometimes life becomes a playground for both children and a granny just trying to make a difference. For over this time, I have watched this unusual granny weather the many obstacles placed before her in her mission. It has to be one-of-a-kind playground designed by the children, accomplishing their visions, theirs so differently than adults. This determined granny continues to go forward, never showing the many frustrations, always saying, we are getting there. And so she plows on relentlessly, tenaciously, a human pit bull. Her teeth bit into the playground, but someday I hope to see. Hope is called Granny Gillespie, in honor of her grandson Peter and all the children of Ventnor. Her name belongs there for infinity. What a world we would be living in if there were more like Nana Gillespie. She made a believer out of me.
We sent Joe Barney a letter. He called me from Peter tonight. But he wants to just add his congratulations.
Okay.
Floor is yours.
Well, my vision started with my little grandson over there. I stood at that playground with last May and looked at it and said, you know, I was surrounded, I could see that I was surrounded by a playground of love because it was dedicated by the Abrams family with a group of local residents to make that playground. So I felt confident in my vision that it would happen. And I always believed in what I was doing, even though many people did not. They couldn't imagine such a thing happening here. I don't know why. It was an incredible project and one that was needed. When I came to City Hall and presented the idea, of course they said I could do it. You know, why not? You know, I'm going to do all the work and we're going to have a fabulous playground. However, my first meeting was obviously with the mayor's father, who I fell in love with immediately, and made each of my days coming into City Hall. And, you know, people ask me, what did the city do, you know, for me, for Seashore? And, you know, they didn't give tons of money towards this because they were doing other things for our city, I suppose. But what I did find here was a home. It started with Tim's father, obviously, who every day that I was here, I would reach him the little cubby that Seashore had, and there was a poem to get me going again. And two of the other people who, if you don't know them, you should know them, because they're the first people that you see when you come into City Hall, into the mayor's office. And that's my dear friend, Ray Smith back there, and Patty. You know, actually they do take care of the city before you get to the big guys. And without them, let me tell you, the Carpenters Union was fabulous, but without Ray and Patty holding me together many, many, many times and making sure that things went right, this would not have happened. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Obviously, the most important person to me, because he followed me from the beginning, was this adorable little guy, Cutie Pie I call him, that I met on the beach last June, which is John Irons, local builder. Back in his second, his right hand, which is Mike. And, but there were people that jumped on this just out of, hearing about it. We have Pete in the back who dropped me a note on a torn piece of paper, "I'd like to help." And that's the gentleman in the back who's been by my side. Nathan Medina over there, I met him at the ballpark one day. And he's short. I'm sorry, Angel. Roofing and siding, and he's been fabulous. There's many other people here who stuck by this project, and obviously, as everybody here said, they have the distinct pleasure of being very, very proud to present this type of project to our community of Ventnor and all our surrounding communities. It is an incredible playground, as you know, and we're all very proud to have presented it to you. And I hope you're enjoying it, and obviously we're thrilled that the people with special needs are having a wonderful time down there. I thank the entire city for supporting this and for you for doing this. Volunteers all together. Not only did the Carpenters Union come out for 2 weeks before the build actually, they were there for the getting ready. They're still there. They're still making those pickets for us. They've been there since 2 weeks before. They're by our sides all the time. Public Works, for that matter, is there out there every day with us. If I see anything that I don't think is right, Public Works is there in a second. And of course, this would not have happened without my new buddy, the Seashore Mooney of Sandy Vespertina, who has been absolutely outstanding, as you all know. And I have found out, and I found